Hey there, it's Steve from Serious Keto, and in this video, we are going to make a candied toffee almond brittle, I think is what I'm going to call it. If you want, you could skip the step of crushing or chopping up the almonds and just create candied almonds. But I'm making this sort of brittle that you can break chunks off and snack on. You can also use this in fat bombs and candy bars, as we will find out in a video next week. You'll find a lot of similarities between this recipe and the candied pecans that was one of my earlier videos, which I'll link to right up here. Just a few little differences besides the almonds. So why don't we get to making them? To start with, we have 4 cups of unsalted almonds. If you want to keep the almonds whole, you can kind of skip this next step that I'm about to do. If, however, you want to create this into sort of a brittle, like we're going to do, my recommendation is to chop them up coarsely in a food processor. So now that we have bits and pieces of all different sizes, we will transfer these to a 1-gallon Ziploc bag. To my almonds, I am going to drizzle 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and then I'm going to massage that around. We'll set this aside as we put together our sweetener blend. We're going to use 1 cup in total of sweeteners. I like a 50-50 blend of brown sugar substitutes and white sugar substitutes. I also like to mix multiple types of sweeteners when I do this recipe, just because I think it creates a better flavor profile. You by no means need to do that, but I do recommend that you stick with a 50-50 mix of brown and white. So I have 1/4 cup of the Lakanto monk fruit erythritol blend, 1/4 cup allulose, 1/4 cup of Swerve brown, and 1/4 cup of Sukrin gold. And then I'll mix this together by hand, making sure that all the brown sweetener lumps are broken up and dispersed. And I almost forgot, 1 teaspoon of sea salt. Then we'll take 1 egg white, 1 tablespoon of water, and 1/2 teaspoon of English toffee flavored stevia. I'll then use my plunger whisk to get this nice and frothy. Now you don't want to whip this into a meringue, but you do want to get it nice and foamy. We'll pour that into our almonds and massage that around until we're thoroughly coated. And then we'll add our sweetener mixture. Some people have asked on the pecan video why I do this in a plastic bag. I do it for 2 reasons. One, it allows me to really make sure that I can get the coating on all of the almonds or pecans. It's also easier for cleanup, and you can really tell when it's fully coated because a lot less stuff sticks to the side of the bag. So you've got that visual cue as well. I'm going to dump this out onto a cookie sheet lined with a silicone mat, and then pat this out into a rectangle that mostly fills up my tray. And then this is going to go into a 250-degree oven for 1 hour. At the 30-minute mark, we'll rotate the tray. When you first take these out of the oven, the sweetener won't have fully set. This needs to sit around for at least an hour, if not 2, to get nice and crunchy and candy-like. I know it smells great, but be patient. It'll pay off. It's been cooling for about an hour, hour and a half now. So I'm going to flip it over. This underside still feels a little bit tacky. Now that this is exposed to the air, it'll be able to dry out a little bit more and completely crisp up. This could probably stand to sit out for a little bit longer, and I will, but I can't wait any longer to take a taste. So I'm going to break off a corner and give it a try. If you like almonds and you like a mildly English toffee taste, something that's not too sweet, very satisfying. You're gonna dig this. Like I said at the beginning of this video, you can use whole almonds and just create this as sort of an almond snack mix, but I've got other plans for this. You're gonna see this recipe used a couple of times in the coming weeks. I see this as being part of a fat bomb / candy bar and potentially an ice cream. So if you want to get out ahead of the game, make some of this right away. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, tap the bell if you want to be notified whenever I release a new video, and if you're interested in supporting Serious Keto, click that join button. No obligation, but you can see what options we have. Thanks for watching.